Hello, friends. So what's really coming through right now is a sense of mourning, a sense of sadness, like a separation that is coming through, and man, it's heavy. It is really heavy. And as I'm sitting here contemplating it, it's like all the shoulda, woulda, couldas are coming through, right? Should have done that. Maybe it would have turned out differently. And for some of you, this is somebody that has passed, right? For some of you. For the most of you, though, this is going to be somebody, either a person, a place, or a situation that is removed from your life, is the term that Spirit is using. It has been removed from your life. And for those of you who are having a separation from somebody that is living, this is like redirection is protection. It's like there's a lot of sorrow and there needs to be that mourning process. Like, you know, it hurts. It sucks when you like aren't with somebody anymore, or a situation has ended, or you know, like a childhood home is sold or something of that nature. There needs to be a sense of mourning, a sense of really moving through this, so that you can kind of like honor. They really want to bring through the message of like honoring yourself, honoring your feelings. But it is rough and you're kind of in the thick of it, right? But they want to kind of bring through that it's like the redirection is protection. This wasn't done for you. This wasn't done to you. This was done for you. And so there's this real sense of like, it wasn't meant for you. It was not meant for you. So really kind of have some awareness around your emotions and cry it out, right? Rage it. One of my favorite practices to do is journaling. And I'm hoping to do a lot more videos on journaling soon because it is such a wonderful healing practice. But sometimes my favorite technique with journaling is just a brain dump or an emotion dump in this case. And then you just write it out. It's better out than in, just blah all over the page. And then you burn it. Right? It is one of my favorite things to do, and they're really bringing it through. So there needs to be some like kind of purge as you move through these emotions, and then a release of them, right? It's like you can't release them until you felt them. So there might be some tears, there might be a lot of sadness, and it's like they're showing me the image of like tears washing things away, right? Like making things clean again is what they're kind of showing me in terms of like that salty water of our tears. It has salt in it, and salt has this very cleansing process. So it's like, do what you need to do to move through these emotions. Cry it out, write it out, burn what you write, whatever it is, that process that you do, but it's like, don't keep it inside. And so there's this real feeling of maybe you've been keeping it inside, pretending, oh, I'm fine, it's no big deal, putting a brave face on things. And Spirit's like, be careful with that. Because like that's how you kind of become inauthentic, and that's kind of how you lose touch with what you are moving through, right? It's like you kind of disassociate in a sense is what they're showing me with what's going on. So really have some emotional tending processes that you're going through in this moment, because there is a lot of sadness, and that's okay, right? And sometimes when we really want something to work out and it doesn't work out, there's mourning and there's sadness to that. So honor it is what they're saying. Really honor it. So let's see what the cards have to say. Bottom of the deck, you got 5 of Wands reversed. And then we've got Knight of Wands, Justice, King of Cups, and 5 of Swords. Yeah, so you've got 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords, both coming out reversed. So what this tells me is that energetically, you're a little bit all over the place. This might be one second you're like good riddance and I'm better, and then the next second you're really struggling not to call that person or not to reach out to that person or re-engage with that situation, because Spirit is saying for some of you, this is a situation. You know, like this isn't necessarily one person, this is an entire situation. And so there's this real back and forth is what they're showing me, of like really just one second you're this, one second you're that. They're kind of describing it as a little bit of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, is what they're saying. And the 5 of Swords, this is very much you being stuck in your head, right? 5 of Swords, very much overthinking it. Again, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas are coming through. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I should have done this, should have done that. All these things are coming through, and they're really wreaking havoc with your emotions. So I love the King of Cups and Knight of Wands came out here. This is a really amazing combination, right? So there needs to be some emotional tending and energetic tending. Like they're saying that this is the 2 things that you want to focus on. Again, moving through those emotions so that they are not stuck in your body, right? And that is going to free up a lot of energy for you. It's like, it's going to be easier once you can kind of start purging that. It's like, again, they're kind of giving me this image of like, just like vomiting all of this, like toxicity up, you know, that's what they're saying is there's a lot of toxicity here. So it's like, there needs to be an emotional tending arising through and what's the word? Like a real like energetic break and cleansing that happens. And you're gonna do that through going through those emotions. You have Justice reverse coming out here. So with this, it's really speaking to me about needing to do some of that self-reflection and that inner work in this moment so that you can get to that emotional tending, so you can release those emotions. Because again, it's like you're putting a brave face on it. You're like, everything's good, everything's good. But that is a facade, is what they're showing me. And it's going to really energetically hold you back from this next relationship. It's almost like, again, it's like this happened for you. And I know it feels like it happened to you. And this might have been a sudden thing, right? For some of you, this was a very, very sudden thing. But it's like, this happened for you. So just know in your heart that Spirit has better things coming for you. 3 of Wands. Better things are on the horizon, is what they're saying. This person was not for you. The situation was not for you. And it's like you weren't removing yourself, so Spirit had to come in and make some shit happen, is what they're showing me. Like really make some shit happen so that you can get to this better place, this better horizon, is what I'm seeing. Like there's so much hope on the horizon, but first that emotional tending needs to be, again, just like vomited out, like a brain dump or something needs to happen, because there's something beautiful on that horizon for you, but you're just kind of a little hung up, is what I'm feeling. And that's okay. Like Spirit also wants me to come through with, that's okay, right? You haven't done that emotional tending, that deep emotional work of mourning this situation or this person. And you really kind of need to go through that. So Spirit doesn't want to make you feel guilty about that, right? Like that doesn't help anybody, you know, to be like, well, you shouldn't feel this way. Like, no, that is not the energy that Spirit's bringing through. It's more of just take some time, really honor what you are going through so that you can get through it and on to something better, something new that is on the horizon. So I'm going to see if they have one more message that they would like to bring, but this was a beautiful reading, a very healing reading. So for some of you, this is going to be confirmation that you did the right thing, and also confirmation and acknowledgement of the pain and the sorrow that you're feeling in this moment. It's like it was almost like 90% there, but that 10% just wasn't right, okay? So yeah, you can't see exactly where you're going. You got Queen of Swords, came out reversed. It is something about like, you cannot see the end game. You cannot see the reason why this break had to happen. And you also have the Moon coming out as well here. So it's kind of unclear to you at this point, but Spirit is saying that clarity will come, right? Clarity will come. You can't see it because you've got this emotion, all this sorrow, all this sadness that is blocking you. And that's the main message of this reading for those of you who are in a separation or a breakup of some kind of relationship or again situation, is that you really have to go through and honor yourself and do that emotional clearing so that you can get that clarity and that you can move on to that better thing. Again, this or something better. Baby, it's the something better. And Spirit is bringing it in. Spirit is like puppeteering some shit, you know, on the other side. Kind of what they're showing me. They pull so many strings, don't they? All right, I'm gonna leave it here. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can check the link in my bio. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Be blessed.